Hey guys, welcome back. So I had a mishap on one of my sheaths, sort of, and I've been wanting to redo this sheath anyhow, just because of how shabby it looks, but it was also kind of fitting. So I made this sheath for my RH-36 and had it set up with the whetstone and the mag ferro rod here. And well, yesterday, as of the start of this video, at work, because been daily carrying this knife, this whetstone just up and snapped, and now I can't get the remainder of that whetstone out. And this, I tried cutting this, and I did my treatment on this. I went a little bit hot on my treatment and a little bit long, so that made this leather not only shrivel up, because I think I mentioned it in one of my previous videos about having this in that wax and linseed oil mix too long. At too hot of a temperature, it'll shrivel up, and well, that's what I did here. And well, in the process, it hardened. I mean, really freaking hardened this leather, and I can't hardly even cut this. At least not with this knife, anyways. But I want to end up redoing this sheath. I want and just start all over again, because I've been having issues with this on my little hookup that I have for my other tracker knife that I paired this up with. I'm having issues with feeding it through the belt loop. So it'll basically be the exact same thing as this, except a little bit nicer and not nearly as tight as what this one is. So I'm going to go ahead and jump on into it. And oh, this is, for those who haven't seen it, this is my RH-36. This is a World War II issued trench knife, basically. It's the daddy it's the daddy to the K-bar. That's what I call it anyways. This was the precursor to the release of the K-bar to our military. And well, it was World War II issued. And I've had this thing for, I don't know, a few years now. And I've just gradually been growing fond of it because of the natural patina, the leather stacked handle. I don't know if this is aluminum or what for the pommel. And brass, I think. Is that brass? I don't remember. No, it might be aluminum too. Some kind of metal for the pommel and the guard here. So I've gradually gotten fond of this knife. One of the things I had to do to it was I went ahead and ground down the spine a little bit so I could strike the rod a lot better, because it's a rounded spine, and that doesn't do real well for striking. And I really didn't feel like using the edge or this down here, because with striking it like this, it gives it too much of a chance for it catching my finger here. So I didn't like that too much. So that's why I did the spine instead. So I know it might knock down the value of this a little bit, but this is one of the knives I do not intend on getting rid of. So I'm okay with doing a little bit of modifications to it to personalize it, so to speak. And yeah, gonna go ahead and get on going with the knife sheath. So let's go ahead and jump to it. Alright guys, so I've got it done. I did this one a little bit differently. I went ahead and got it set up to be able to, of course, with the back loop, having what I call the high and tight on the back, and a partial, and one up here at the front to angle it off, and that way I can carry it like that as well instead of just a high and tight. Because for my line of work, I have to, well, during the winter we're at the office a lot, so we're up and down out of our desk chairs a lot, and having it like this, it helps out with having easier access to it instead of having it straight up and down, because like that, it has a tendency of kicking it back to the back side of the chair, so I won't be able to really grab it like that into the back side of the chair. So having this up here at the front, it'll allow it to be kind of angled off and easier access. Now, I do use the treatment, the wax and linseed oil as a wet form. That's why this stuff's on here now. I accidentally made the loop for the magnesium bar a little bit too loose, so that's why I got the clamp on there. So I've got it set up on here, and I just gotta let it cool down and do its thing. Right now, it's like I said, I'm using it to wet form, so it'll wet form out and do what's needed. Just like running it with hot water. It does the exact same thing, so it eliminates a step. So that helps out quite a bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump onto the video verse. Alright, so this video verse we're back in 1 John. And we're starting in on chapter 4, verses 1 through 6. It says, "Dear friends, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see if they are from God, because many false prophets have gone out into the world. This is how you know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is from God, but every spirit that does not confess Jesus is not from God. This is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you have heard is coming. Even now it is already in the world. You are from God like children, and you have conquered them, because the one who is in you is greater than the one who is in the world. They are from the world, therefore what they say is from the world, and the world listens to them. We are from God. Everyone who knows God listens to us. Anyone who is not from God does not listen to us. This is how we know the spirit of truth and the spirit of deception." That's 1 John chapter 4, verses 1 through 6. I'll see you guys in the next one.